Hi guys, another COVID update from me. It's the 28th of July. I skipped last week. It was uneventful aside from things getting worse. Generally with COVID, you would have seen that today the numbers are growing. And so I think we're all increasingly concerned and expecting that we might see more local COVID cases around us before this gets better. So we have to stay pretty vigilant and very safe. I hope and trust you guys are staying safe and doing okay. Please call me or email if you want to chat about anything work related or anything at all. I want to be able to support you guys as best I can, as does the rest of the team. So I've got a bit of a quick update here. I think this is the right screen. All right, this is the email that's below the link. Three things to discuss today. Last week we had a bit of a contact crisis. So we had a worker who didn't realise he actually had someone in his house that was staying there. He had an exemption to come and be in the Greater Sydney area for compassionate reasons, and he'd come from far away in the country, so he didn't appear to pose a risk. But in fact, it turned out this person did pose a risk because he'd been in Sydney a little earlier and whatever. Our worker didn't realise that he was actually at risk by having this person in his house, so he didn't mention it in the screening questions that we ask every day. And it's kind of understandable how these things happen, but the problem is it ended up putting a whole heap of people at risk. We had to shut down parts of the service. Other services like, our partners, Kirinari, were actually waiting to just like lock down whole houses because of this one thing that happened. In the end, the crisis fortunately was averted because the contact person who was in our colleagues' house didn't have COVID, neither did his family. So we're very grateful for that. But just to bring up the screening questions, they're so tedious. We all know this. Oh my God, who wants to answer these horrible questions every day before your shift when you have them? But if we can have a really careful think about the spirit of the things and what they really mean. If there's anyone that you've had contact with or it's in your house, it's totally fine. Our circumstances change. We need to support people who we love and people around us. That's fine, but we'll just need to make sure we quarantine ourselves away from supports if that's the case. So when we call up to talk about those questions, please answer very carefully. We'd really appreciate it. Second thing to talk about here is getting vaccinated. Our friends and colleagues at Sylvanvale organised through Healthcare Australia to host a vaccination clinic in Katoomba. There's one tomorrow. So if you're keen, there's a link just down there. Jump on that link and register. They also have other ones coming up in the next few weeks. So if you missed out on our bulk vaccination with Beyond Healthcare in Blackheath, this is a great opportunity if you want to get in sooner than sort of like August, September, or October sort of thing, because those lists are starting to fill up in mainstream stuff. This one's specific for disability workers. So all you guys receiving this email will qualify. It was very kind of us for Daniel McCallum, who's the regional manager of Sylvanvale, to share this link with us. I got it through Trent, who was talking to a Sylvanvale worker. Thank you, Trent. And thanks, Daniel. Jump on there if you can. And as I say, yeah, one tomorrow in Katoomba, and there's more upcoming in the following weeks. Last thing to mention, it's just a bit of a housekeeping one. We've got end of month financial guff coming up on Monday. It's, I think the 1st of August is Sunday this week, but the last day of the month is Saturday. So if anyone doing a support, please make sure they fill out all their shift notes and sign off any bits or complete any bits you need to complete on supportability 100% right at the end of your shift today, tomorrow. And if there's anyone, I don't think there is anyone this Saturday this week. I could be wrong about that. Whenever your shift is this week, please sign it off straight away. We need to compare our July income in 2021 with our July income in 2019 so that we can assess whether we're eligible to make a claim on JobSaver, the new New South Wales help package for businesses. This will really help us. We have a whole lot of Overheads, you guys, some of you receiving this wouldn't have received any shifts, and that's really hell and shit. But in order for us to keep running, for you to come back and have a shift one day, this is going to really help us. So if you can just jump on and complete any shift notes, we can quickly assess whether we are eligible and then apply. And then we don't actually know whether it's going to be helpful or whether we'll qualify, but we're going to work on it. So that's it for today. Thank you, everyone, so much for patience and your hard work and your caring work with our participants. It's really wonderful, and I really appreciate it. And I know that our participants and their families do too, because I get positive emails from these people sometimes thanking us. So I'm passing that on. Thank you, and thank you from me and from all of us, from the board too, and from Leah. Call me if you want to talk about anything, and otherwise stay safe, and I'll talk to you guys again maybe next week. Okay.